Hello YouTube, I am back and welcome to Folsom Friday. Today on Folsom Friday, it's MASH week, so I decided let's just take all of my favorite fandoms and mash them together. So as you can see, I'm wearing several fandom related items and more to talk about. So I decided let's just go through each of my fandoms and give you one tip on each of them and how to survive that fandom. So, let's begin. Well, first off, this shirt here, my best friend made it for me 2 years ago for my birthday, and it is, if you haven't noticed, it's Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's Aang in the middle with the elements and the Avatar cycle around it. Now that fandom has always been one of my favorites since I was like 11. Just like 7 years, it's been one of my favorites, and it's always just been such a fantastic TV show. And one of my summer traditions is to rewatch the entire series every summer, in like 3 days, and be emotional. But a tip on that, don't ever get the Avatar emotional. It'll go into that stretch date and probably kill you. Moving on, let's go with all of this stuff you see here. It's Hunger Games, my favorite fandom. I love this. Now this is Phoenix. This is a replica of Phoenix necklace from Catching Fire. And here's the first Mockingjay pin. And then here's the second Mockingjay pin. And I even have a bracelet with it on it. And my other rubber bracelet says I volunteer as tribute. I wear this one every day. Tip. Don't test us. We literally learn how to kill people in several different ways. So don't make us mad. Good tip. Moving on. This right here, as I model this for you. You cannot see, it's a replica of the necklace from Castle in the Sky. My friend bought this for me when she was in Japan last summer. I wasn't expecting it, but she's a really good friend. So I have this, and I love that movie, and I love Studio Ghibli. A tip about that fandom. Words are really power. An entire long complex spell can restart the entire kingdom, but one word can destroy it. So words are powerful. Moving on, my favorite Doctor Who. I have my Doctor Who TARDIS bracelet here. It has about 8 or 9 different TARDISes on it. And then I got my sonic screwdriver, which is the 9th and 10th Doctor's screwdriver. The 10th Doctor is my favorite, but the 9th Doctor will always be my Doctor. He got me hooked on that show, and I have loved it ever since. And I've cried over people's deaths and companions' deaths, but it's so worth it. So worth it. Moving on to Who. Good tip, remember, trust the Doctor. Do what he says. Just do what he says and you won't die. Pretty self-explanatory. He knows what he's doing and he knows what he needs you to do. So do what he says. You'll live. Right here, Harry Potter. It's on the same bracelet as my Hunger Games one. They're together. Harry Potter has always been a favorite. Always has been ever since I was a kid. I watched the movies first because that's what I grew up with, and then I read the books, and then I freaked out because the books are just amazing. And I guess to say in this fandom is trust your instincts. Instincts saved Harry Potter quite a bit in his travels and adventures. So trust your instincts, they can really help. Moving on to our next item, these lovely stickers, which I have not used, but they are Percy Jackson. That Percy Jackson I read in 7th grade, and I fell in love with that story. Rick Riordan always amazes me. So tip about that one, it's good to know who your parents are. It's good to know where you come from in that fandom, because your parent could literally decide your fate. Yeah. This wonderful hat. It is a model and a replica of Dipper Pines from the show Gravity Falls. I bought the hat, but my friend did the whole bind you there. Bind you right there. And that's an amazing show. It really is. Most people think it's just for kids, but there's a lot of... It's really actually dark once you get into it. It's a lot darker, which is great because it's good for adults. It's really good for adults. A little info fact about that fandom. Trust no one. Literally, trust no one. Your best friend could be betraying you and you don't even know it. Yeah. Moving on. The wonderful world of Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon is Chandelure. Pokemon I grew up with a kid. It was my first video game I played. I played it when I was 4. I've been playing it for 14 years. But, so, that has been your Folsom Friday. Your fandoms. Fandom mash. I mean, what could you ask for? What do you need to ask for? Just fandoms. We give you life. Your daily dip of knowledge today on Folsom Friday. The actors of the Hunger Games actually played roles together in earlier movies, such as Josh Hutcherson and Jenna Malone, both voice acted in Howl's Moving Castle together, back when Josh Hutcherson was like 5 or 6, and Jenna Malone was still a preteen. And then in one of the Pride and Prejudice versions, President Snow and Jenna Malone then acted in the Pride and Prejudice, where President Snow was Johanna Mason's father. And then they all acted in Captain Fire and the Hunger Games. That's your knowledge. Weird how actors, through the years, somehow end up together, and they're an amazing cast. Sorry, I just have to say it. Hunger Games. 5 seconds. Just is. So, I hope you all have a great week. Keep your head up and keep smiling for those of you who return to school next week. Don't worry. And see you next time on Folsom Friday. Bye.